Every night, just before your eyes close and the world fades into silence, your mind opens a gate that leads straight into the control room of your life. That space between waking and sleeping is not just a pause in your day. It's not just a routine. It's one of the most powerful moments you have. In that quiet hour, you're not just drifting off into dreams, you are planting the seeds of your future. You are feeding the most receptive part of your brain. The thoughts you repeat, the images you hold, and the emotions you stir up before sleep. They don't disappear into darkness. They take root. They sink deep into your subconscious and they begin to build. The human mind is always working, even when you're not awake, even when you think you're resting. That machine never powers off. It processes everything you've told it. So ask yourself, what are you giving it to process? Worry, regret, self-doubt, or direction, confidence, and a vision? Most people don't realize that they go to sleep rehearsing failure. They lie in bed thinking about everything that went wrong, everything they don't have, everything they fear, and then they wake up wondering why nothing changes. But the mind is obedient. It's loyal. It does exactly what you tell it to do. You give it fear, and it builds fear. You give it vision, and it starts building pathways toward that vision. At night, your conscious mind finally slows down. The filters shut off. The criticism, the noise, the distractions, they all dim. And what's left is raw influence. This is when your subconscious is listening the most. This is when the words you speak to yourself go deep, without resistance, without argument. This is why the final hour of your day is not for complaining. It's not for overthinking. It's for direction. It's the time to feed your mind with what you want, not what you fear. It's when you whisper dreams until they become commands. Imagine walking into a dark room every night and writing instructions on a chalkboard that will control everything tomorrow. That's what this is. Your final thoughts at night become the blueprint your mind uses to build your reality the next day. When you say, I can't, the mind says, understood. I'll prepare limitations. When you say, I will, it replies, noted. I'll start moving pieces. It doesn't question you. It obeys you. So what are you instructing it to do? People think the work is only in the hustle, the grind, the hours of action. But the real work begins in the quiet. The real power is built when no one is watching, when you're alone with your thoughts. Because no matter how hard you work during the day, if your mind is rehearsing failure during the night, it's fighting against your progress. It's like planting flowers in the morning and pouring poison on them at night. That's why so many feel like they're running in place, because their subconscious is undoing everything. They're trying to build consciously. Change starts with thought. Thought repeated becomes belief. Belief shapes behavior, and behavior determines results. So if you want to change your reality, you don't start by changing your alarm clock. You start by changing your nightly ritual, not with noise, not with distractions, but with power. Speak into your own mind. Feed it affirmations, visions, clarity. Say what you expect. Feel what it would be like to already have it. Let that emotion marinate in your system. Let that belief soak deep. Your dreams are not built in chaos. They are built in repetition. They are built in stillness. Every word you whisper to yourself before bed is a blueprint. Every emotion you feel is data. The subconscious doesn't respond to vague wishes. It responds to consistent instruction. It responds to bold certainty. So when you go to bed, you're not escaping life. You're shaping it. Every night is a training ground for your mind. You're either training for fear or for greatness. You're either rehearsing defeat or you're rehearsing mastery. Don't underestimate this time. Don't waste it scrolling, comparing, doubting. That time belongs to your future. That time belongs to your vision. If you feed your mind junk, it will deliver junk. But if you feed it power, direction, and purpose, it will start clearing paths. It will start finding doors. It will begin attracting opportunities you were too blind to see during the noise of the day. Understand this. You don't have to shout your goals to the world. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, but you must speak them into your own soul. You must declare them in silence when no one else is around. That's when it counts. That's when your words have the most weight. That's when your brain listens the closest. And if you do this every single night, if you show up with that same clarity and emotion, your mind won't forget. It will begin shaping every decision, every thought, every action toward that goal, without you even realizing it. The greatest transformations don't begin in public. They begin in private, not on a stage, not in the gym, not at the office, but right there, In your bed, eyes closed, mind open. That's when your future is being written. That's when the magic happens. Not loud but powerful. Not rushed but real. In the quiet of your final thoughts, you are programming your destiny. You are choosing what kind of person you will be tomorrow with the seeds. You plant tonight, so as your body sinks deeper into rest, your mind should be rising into a higher state of belief, purpose, and focus. The darkness around you isn't the end of the day. It's the beginning of something powerful inside you. When your eyes close, your inner vision should open. Because the world outside doesn't matter if the world inside is broken. And the truth is, no one can fix that world for you but you. The thoughts you allow in, the words you whisper, the feelings you invite in the silence. Those are the architects of your future. You are not powerless in your sleep. In fact, it's one of the few times you hold absolute creative control. You don't need to worry about what others are doing or whether you're behind. None of that matters here. This is your private battlefield. This is your sacred place, where the real you meets the next you. And in that meeting, something changes. Something grows. If you are deliberate, if you are clear, your subconscious will go to work while you sleep, not against you, but for you. It will run the calculations. It will search the memory banks. It will begin aligning your entire nervous system with the person you've chosen to become. You may not notice it overnight. It might be small, a new idea when you wake up, a burst of confidence that wasn't there before, an urge to act on something you've been avoiding. But piece by piece, your inner world reshapes your outer reality. And the more consistent you are with your mental discipline before sleep, the faster those changes come. Because you're not waiting for motivation anymore. You're generating momentum. You're not hoping for answers. You're planting the ones that matter. It's not about perfection. It's not about having everything figured out. It's about being intentional. If you go to bed with scattered energy, you wake up scattered. But if you go to bed with direction, even if it's just one clear statement, I will succeed, I will overcome, I am enough, then you're already ahead. Because most people aren't losing because of lack of ability. They're losing because they let their minds drift without guidance. And drifting minds don't build dreams. They just float through days waiting for something to happen. But you're not waiting. You're building while the world sleeps. And when you wake up, you won't even realize the full depth of what's changed. You'll just feel different. You'll walk different. You'll speak with more certainty. You'll think with more clarity. And people will notice. They won't know what happened, but they'll feel it. They'll feel the shift. Because energy speaks before words do. And your energy, programmed during sleep, will begin to speak of power, direction, and quiet determination. That's what the night is for. Not just for recovery, but for renewal, for rewiring, for realignment. When you treat your nightly thoughts like sacred rituals, your life starts to become sacred too. This isn't fantasy.